What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm super happy to be back recording today, and I'm even more excited for the main event this Saturday. Both Ian Garry and Carlos Prates train out of very elite gyms, and I'm really excited to see which gym kind of takes the victory here. On top of that, Ian Garry is ranked 7th and Carlos is ranked 13th, so this is a massive opportunity for him to jump the line. I cannot wait to break down this fight. Let's get right into it, starting off with Ian Garry. Ian Garry has definitely had his share of controversy throughout his UFC run, but I think it's time to shift the narrative a bit. In a sport where so many fighters are picky about their matchups, dodging tough opponents, you've got Garry stepping up on short notice again, this time against a dangerous rising prospect. You've got to respect that. One of the things I really appreciate about Garry is his fight IQ and how much his ground game has evolved. The grip might just be one of his most underrated weapons. But let's not forget, his striking has always been clean. He's very fluid. He has a calculated style with good timing and distance control. Since working with Charles Oliveira and the team at Shoot Box, we've seen a variety in his clinch work, judo trips, and overall grappling awareness has leveled up. I've got some questions about his striking. A lot of people see him as elite, but if you go and look at his last fight against Shavkat, he didn't land much. He looked hesitant and the volume just wasn't there. He's great when he's controlling the pace, but when the pressure comes back at him, that's where the cracks start to show. Now let's flip the script and talk about Carlos Prates, because this guy is no joke. Carlos is a violent striker. He's got knockout power in both hands and he's very unpredictable. He switches stances, throws spinning attacks, nasty elbows, body kicks, you name it. What I like a lot about him is his pressure is relentless, and I think his Muay Thai style could be the perfect tool to break Ian Garry's rhythm and take away that comfort zone. But of course, nobody is perfect. Carlos can get wild. He leaves openings, especially when he's throwing combinations against a guy like Ian Garry who's patient and experienced. That may be a problem. One last thing I want to add about Carlos is we've never seen him go 5 rounds, so we don't know if endurance will be an issue. So here's my official prediction. If Carlos comes out fast and makes this a brawl and overwhelms Ian, I can see him getting a finish. But if Ian Garry can survive that, I think he can slow Carlos down and definitely get the victory here. I just think if he weathers the storm early, he has the better skill set to get this fight to the ground and win by decision. Moving on to the co-main event, what a send-off for Anthony Smith. They're putting him up against the guy on a 12-fight winning streak. 9 of those wins are by first-round knockout. But he only has 2 fights in the UFC. Obviously, we know that Anthony Smith has more experience and he should win this fight. But this is Anthony Smith we're talking about. We don't know if he's coming or going or who will show up. You also have to think about all the damage that he's taken in his 59 professional fights. Overall, I don't think Anthony Smith should ever hold his head down. I think he's had a wonderful career, but I think he's obviously past his prime. Maybe he gets a submission win here, but I think he's just past it, and I am going to go with Zhang to win this fight. Moving on to the prelims, there are 2 fights that I want to touch on. Typically, I say never bet women's MMA, but I like these 2 fights. First one I want to talk about is Jacqueline Amora. I think that she gets the victory by submission here easily. I think who she's facing is Polyana, and unfortunately, she's just not UFC level. All of her wins are by cans who are no longer in the UFC. Anytime they try to propel her and put her against like top competition, she fails terribly. Jacqueline is on a 3-fight winning streak. Her judo is phenomenal. I think she gets this fight to the ground and keeps it there and gets a submission victory. Another lock on the prelims, I think, is Jocelyn Edwards. I really like her in this matchup against Chelsea. I think she's going to be stronger, faster, and I think she's finally getting the momentum she needs to hit the rankings. If you don't want to bet women's MMA, I get it. I have another lock for you on the prelims. I'm thinking it's going to be Damon Blackshear. Blackshear is finally getting his momentum back. He looks good in his last couple of fights. I think that he gets this fight to the ground as well and gets a submission victory, or maybe cruises off to a decision win. I just think he has a better skill set and is more proven in the UFC than his opponent. But that's it. That's all I have for you guys. Make sure to drop in the comments and tell me your predictions and picks. Until next time, bye.